Welcome to episode 103 of the Binge Boys podcast. We're live from our respected living spaces. To my right is Lord Farquaad. To my right, let's change the view real quick. And then below me is Zach McConnell, Zach the Snack.
Hey.
Just straight killing it. We got a pretty cool show today. We're going to talk about a bunch of little news things that happened over the past couple of days. First off, we'll recap our Easter Sundays from the best that we made of them, I'm sure. Talk about some football stuff, the new Falcons uniforms, the XFL, AMC possibly filing for bankruptcy, the NASCAR N-bomb that was dropped the other day, the PlayStation 5 controller, as well as new music from Benji, another new single, Tory Lanez, and a single from Usher, Lil Jon, and Ludacris, a little Yeah reunion, as well as Dave, episode 7, and we'll go round 2 of the comedy bracket that we started last week. So, Benji, hopefully this time the beat has been dropped correctly, and I'm going to see that it does. Is it working? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
You can't, Pearson?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, okay, good. Wow, Ben, thanks. Thanks for doing it the right way this time. Damn. Before we get into anything, I have something to say. Happy late Easter to the Binge fam. And oh.
So thanks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But more importantly, tonight's episode 103, is sponsored by Prepped and Ready.
What? Sponsor?
Prepped and Ready is a meal delivery service, a meal delivery company, that services all of Metro Atlanta. Check out their website, www.preppedreadymeals.com. Use the code BINGE10 for 10% off your order.
They're really good meals too.
That's what I'm hearing for the grapevine. Zach, I don't know if it's the angle of which you're sitting, but are you sitting in front of a window?
And he's frozen.
Oh no, here he is. Are you sitting in front of a window, Zach?
Yep.
The thing was going directly down the middle of your face. It was funny. Prepped and Ready. That's code BINGE10 at preppedreadymeals.com. BINGE10 for 10% off. Now let's get into it. Happy late Easter, everybody. Did we make the most of our Easters? Zach, what did you do for Easter Sunday?
Well, Easter was actually my nephew's birthday as well, so we celebrated him.
How old?
As well as Jesus.
I would say he's not Jesus. So
how old did he turn?
8.
Wow! Shouts to him. Big shout to him and Jesus.
Yep.
He has risen, and so is your nephew. That's cool. So you guys just hung out as a fam, I assume.
Yeah, he got a bunch of Nintendo Switch games, so he was pumped about that.
I low-key thought about buying a Switch last week.
Really?
Yeah, I bought a Switch like the Christmas or the holiday season that the Switch first came out, and then I played the shit out of it. And then I just found it sitting and collecting dust, and I sold it. But lately I've been hearing a lot of buzz about the Switch and Animal Crossing and Super Smash Brothers, and it's made me inching closer to buying one. But then I keep thinking I'm going to be buying a new Xbox in 6 months. So I'm a new game system. Who knows? Maybe I'll get both. I don't know. I just got to see them both in action.
Yeah.
I
Well, you
won't-
also just bought an Oculus. So.
Oh yeah, I sold that too.
Oh. Okay.
Same situation. I played the shit out of that thing for like a week and a half, but then like it just sat there collecting dust, and I sold it. I'm the king of Facebook Marketplace.
I do a lot of Facebook Marketplace sales as well.
It's quite fun.
It is.
It's easy too.
Yeah, it's fast money.
It sure is. Pearson, what did you do on the Lord Has Risen's Day?
Saw my little niece. It was our first Easter. We grilled out at my house, did like hamburgers and stuff, and then I watched 3 hours of the National Spelling Bee, and then fell asleep on the couch.
Wow.
Why did you do that?
There's nothing else on.
Because sports?
Because sports don't exist.
Yeah.
No, it was funny. It was the 2004 and then the 2011 National Spelling Bee, and kids are like little computers. My favorite, like the judges are my favorite because the judges don't want to be there, and it's so obvious because like these like this one kid, he like came up like looked like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, like as a kid, and he's like, can I give a second definition? And they're like, there's one definition, dude. I don't know what to tell you. They're like, is it country of origin? They're like Europe or something like that. Like they were like so annoyed because like the kids asked them a million questions and then they spell the words. So that's what I did.
Colitis.
Yeah, it was some crazy ass word. But this one kid passed out.
Like
Seriously?
On stage, passed out.
That's content.
Yeah, he ended up winning the whole thing, but yeah, he passed out.
Damn.
Probably because like the officiators backstage were like, spell this shit wrong. My kid passed out.
Hey, how much you know about
How
this?
far are you willing to go for the spelling bee?
Yeah, the kid would pull up his little like tag thing and he would write the word with his finger as he was spelling the word. It was real weird. And like he was just like they were asking him, he's like and then he just passed out.
Sort of like hyperventilating.
That's exactly what happened. He hyperventilated and passed out. And then he the word right, mind you.
That's hilarious. But also good for him because he won.
Right.
Yeah, we did the same thing. Got together, did like a late lunch, had some pretty big meal. Zoom called with my dad's side of the family and then my mom's side of the family, and then came back home and just chilled. Whole lot of nothing.
Straight thugging.
Huh?
Straight thugging.
Straight thugging. Let's get into some quickies, the ones that we mentioned at the top. I'm going to start out with sports news because I don't have a lot to say here, except a few words. But
Falls.
The Falcons have new uniforms. A lot of NFL teams are doing refreshes. I don't know if it's necessarily the timing of like this whole big break that we're all taking, or is they just planned on doing this shit regardless. Like Los Angeles with the new logo and the new colors and all that shit. A lot of teams are undergoing some changes, and the Falcons have new uniforms, new helmets. I know you guys are Falcons boys. So what do you think?
They've grown on me.
Yeah.
They've definitely grown on me. I still don't like the red. Like that picture of Gurley in the 21, like that, he looked good in it, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't know how they're going to look on the field. I just hope they're not their regular home uniforms, even though I think they will be. I don't know. I hope they go with the all black for home, but like the black and white, like I don't mind them. They're all right. I feel like they'll definitely grow on us. Like my only complaint, like, is what y'all saw in the group message about like how they're like the bottoms of them. I don't know, that like it's OCD for me because they look like shirts. So, but like the actual design, like at first I didn't really like them, but they've grown on me. Whatever.
Well, I think like whoever said it the other day is those were just basically models, quote unquote. So once they actually get the actual players in them, where the jerseys are fitted to them,
Exactly.
I think it'll look much better.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping happens too, because like you said in that with the model pictures or whatever, like their shirts were like straight down, and it looked weird.
Yeah.
It just looked awkward. So yeah, no, I'm hoping that, like you said, like on them it's like fitted and it's tight and like it looks good. So no, I'm sure they'll look fine. The helmets are dope. Like I love the black helmet, like with the silver face mask. Like that's dope. So
yeah, with like the oversized logo on it.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. I know the jersey's go on sale tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Yep.
What color are you getting, Zach?
I'm getting the throwback black jersey, Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Todd Gurley too. I'm stuck. I don't know if I'm gonna get the throwback, or I'm gonna get the red or the black or white. I don't know. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure they did say though that the all black is gonna be their home uniform.
Oh, they did say that.
Yeah.
Thank God. Then I'm cool with it. Then I'm cool. That
yeah.
that color wave thing can be like an alternate sometimes. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I had a feeling it might have been with it because it was in front, like the all black was in the front.
Yeah. See, the one I didn't like were the red one where it like faded from red to black, and I didn't like all white.
You didn't like the all white?
I don't like all white uniforms.
Really? So I love all white. So I was a fan of that. I was a big fan. I like the white with the black pants. I like that uniform combination. I think that one looks good.
I like the white top with the black pants and the black top with the white pants.
Yeah, same. And then I hate the one with the red pants.
Yeah, that's just stupid. They've done that before.
Yeah, it just
they've worn red pants, and it I don't know.
But yeah, and I'm excited. What size do you get in jerseys? Just side question. I haven't bought an NFL jersey in a very long time.
I usually get a medium.
Medium?
Because they're pretty big.
Okay. Medium. Cool. That's probably what I'll get then too.
But I have a feeling the site is going to crash tomorrow morning.
Probably. Have to try multiple times.
Yeah. But I'm just going to try my best to get the Todd Gurley uniform because they're going to sell out quickly.
Those will be the first to sell out.
Yep.
Better be ready.
I noticed too, I looked today at their website, and all their old Deion Sanders jerseys are like on clearance.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Just because of Todd Gurley taking his number and everything.
Yeah. Do you see that whole Twitter thing with them like saying that Todd or Deion like will not take it?
Yeah, everybody's blowing it up bigger than what it actually is, I think.
Yeah, even Deion said he was just joking. Like he even said it's not that big. Like
no.
Devin Trufont's won the number 5 years.
Seriously.
Like it is.
And he's not that good. I mean, he was good. He
was good at the beginning, but he fell off.
He had the potential to be really good, but he just dropped too many interceptions and couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, well, they threw money at him, and then he said, "Oh, I can be subpar."
Yep.
The curse of Falcons, man. They get the checkbook thrown at them, and then they suck.
Well,
anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
uniforms, they're all right.
I agree. I agree with points of both of you. Just looking at that, that picture of the 4 players. There's like the black and the white pants, the red, the one that Zach was talking about where it fades from red to black, and then there's the black on the right and the white on the right. Yeah. I like the two. I like the white, all white, and then I like the all black. I'm a black and white guy, period.
I like all white uniforms look good, in my opinion. One of my favorite all white, and my friend was talking about the other day, Virginia Tech. They have an all white alternate where it's white shoes, white socks, everything. Like it's clean. But I don't know. I think it'll look good. So I guess the all whites will be there.
I like the matte black helmets.
The helmets are dope. Yeah. That's like unanimous. I think everyone
helmets are pretty sick. So let's hope it
Fires them up.
Inspires the players to kick some ass this next year. That'd be pretty dope if they get new uniforms and have a really good season. So
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Rams new uniforms now too.
you know who didn't have a good season? Anyone who played for the XFL. They filed for bankruptcy. They lost tens of millions of dollars due to COVID-19.
It's crazy too. Like, it was successful, man. It was finally did it right.
Yeah, they officially have filed for bankruptcy. A league spokesperson said, quote, "The XFL quickly captured the hearts and imaginations of millions of people who love football. Unfortunately, as a new enterprise, we were not insulated from the harsh economic impacts and uncertainties caused by the COVID-19 crisis. Accordingly, we have filed a voluntary petition for relief under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. This is very heartbreaking to all of the fans, players, and staff. We're thankful to everybody who rallied to the XFL for the love of football."
Yeah, that really does suck because they did it right, and the players got paid. Everyone had a great time. The stands were always at least 60% full, and and they're gonna have probably their first. I remember at the end of the season they were super excited. There was I can't remember the guy's name, but they were saying they were gonna have their first success story. Someone that dropped out or he had to leave school because to help with his mom who was sick with cancer or something like that. So he left school. I forgot what school he was at. And basically he lost his eligibility. So then he went to the XFL and now he is a draft prospect. So it's he was the first case study that it actually was successful. So that sucks for them. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they can get an investor or something like that and somehow revive it after.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Do you think that they'll come back next year?
I wouldn't be surprised because of the response that they got.
Yeah.
It's not like the AFL. The AFL was a nightmare from the beginning. This was actually fun. People legitimately enjoyed it. They had pretty good ratings on TV and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if someone tries to invest into it, seeing that it's possible. Because I feel if this whole coronavirus didn't happen, I feel it would 100% be doing the next season and then, very successful. Yeah. So it just sucks for, startups like that because you never plan for anything like this. So who knows? We'll see. I'm sure they'll be able to get some kind of help from the government and maybe they can get a financial backer or something.
This is pretty cool. The article also says, despite the financial blow, employees were paid full wages up until April 12th, as well as any vacation days were reimbursed. We're also told that XFL will be refunding all ticket holders, and they're currently in that process. And as for the filing, we are told the timing was to maximize the return investors.
So they're doing it right, too. So that's the thing. They're even going, they're handling this situation right. So I don't know. I feel like stuff like that comes back full circle, and I feel like something's gonna. I feel like it'll probably make it again. Maybe not next year, but maybe the year after or something. So that's good for them that they're paying everybody and they're going out correctly and not just remember the AFL, they fucked their players, dude. They didn't pay for their hotels and stuff, and so they were going back to their hotels, their shit thrown out of the hotels and stuff, living in their cars. It's crazy.
Well, talking about people getting paid, Todd Gurley apparently hasn't gotten paid by the Rams either.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he put them on blast on Twitter.
When, today?
And within the past couple days, yeah.
Damn.
Basically saying, hey, give me the money that you owe me. And Clay Matthews tweeted at him and said, yeah, good luck with that. They still haven't paid me either. And Clay Matthews has been gone from them for what? At least a couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty shitty situation for.
They got new uniforms and everything.
Yeah.
I'd say so. Keeping it on the same train of bankruptcy. A lot of financial analysts are out there saying bankruptcy appears likely for AMC theaters. Didn't think I'd be saying that anytime soon. So as the pandemic continues, and this is from comicbook.com. I'm not plagiarizing. I'm citing the source. The pandemic is continuing and businesses around the country are taking hits. Chapter 11 bankruptcy seems to be on its way to AMC theaters, the largest movie theater chain in North America.
Which chapter bankruptcy?
Chapter 11. AMC locations have been closed for about a month now, and the company has furloughed each and every single one of its 600 corporate employees, including their own CEO. That's not going to be enough, however, as Wall Street analysts have downgraded AMC stocks from neutral to sell.
So, I mean, they're not going to go out of business, though.
Based on our view that theaters will be closed until at least August, and our belief that AMC lacks the liquidity, to stay afloat during that time, we expect the company will be soon faced with filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah, so they're just going to file Chapter 11 and then basically just reorganize their debt, and they'll stay alive. They'll be fine because they'll be able to relaunch under like bankruptcy laws. I don't know how many companies did that. 2008?
Yeah.
Chapter 11 means you basically just restart
and think everybody that was subscribed to their service, the AMC A-list, all of those bills have been put on hold. Obviously, because if the theaters aren't open, why would they charge us?
You better check your bank account.
Yeah, I've checked. They haven't charged me for shit. But as soon as theaters open again and all that money starts coming back through, they'll be fine. They ain't gonna go out and
do it because they don't have any fund. That's the only way I think they could stay alive is by filing bankruptcy. Yeah. And so they'll just restart and they'll just restructure and they'll be fine probably.
Yeah,
if AMC's doing that, what about NCG?
I know, because that is a small company. That's not a big company at all.
And their smaller chains are going to take a bigger hit.
Yeah, but we'll see. Hopefully, hopefully it's over, soon enough to where people can go out and start spending money again because they're going to.
Yeah.
So
well, that's another thing. Like say this, like they lift the social distancing guidelines enough to where people can go out and do things. Do you think people will actually go out and go to movie theaters and stuff like that?
I do. I think I feel like I personally believe that the economy is going to fucking surge when this shit's over. Because the economy, we're not in a financial crisis. 2008 was a financial crisis. This is a virus. The economy was booming before it. People have money. A lot of people are still getting paid. They're throwing stimulus checks to stimulate the economy. And people, you see it on social media and stuff. People, all they're talking about is support business. And everyone's having to be cooped up in their house. I think people are going to be dying to go out. I think the economy's going to come back faster and stronger, but it's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
So people want to support. So I'm hoping once it's safe, I think people are going to bum rush places. Especially, I don't know if maybe movies are going to be the first things people go to answer your question, Zach. But I feel like restaurants and stores are going to get bum rushed.
Oh, restaurants for sure.
Yeah, restaurants and stores are going to get killed. People are going to go out in waves. But I think it just matters when they open, what's going to be coming out,
Right.
So I guess it kind of goes back into the filmmakers' hands at that point. So it's when things open, are there going to be movies ready to be released right then to get people to come in? Because no one's going to come in and see old movies, movies that they've released on streaming.
I have a feeling that some of these movies that have pushed their dates out a whole nother year, that's just for safekeeping. Let's just say for Fast and Furious, for example. Say next month, everything gets lifted, shit goes back to normal in the next couple of weeks. I guarantee, I don't know if I guarantee, but I see it likely that Universal pushes up the release date of Fast and Furious and releases it this summer. Because think about it. All of the competition is gone.
Yeah.
So any movie that releases in the summer once we're all able to go back to the theaters, is going to fucking murder at the box office.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be nothing else to see. So, like, what if Marvel takes, like, or what if Disney's like, Black Widow? Yeah, let's actually move that up and release that now.
Exactly. And it might honestly be financially smart for them because they're trying to capitalize off people wanting to go out. Like, you got to give them something to go out to do. You can't just,
Like you said, restaurants and bars, that first month after coronavirus, it's going to be impossible to get a table anywhere. People are going to be wanting to leave their house for dinner.
Please.
You're about to.
Please. But no, yeah, I think you're right about that, Logan. I feel like instead of having to delay it 3 times, delay it 1 time really far, and then hope that and just keep it in your pocket, and then just hope it happens sooner. And then you're like, all right, hey, we can realistically put this movie out in a month now. Let's do a promo and then get it out. So I think you're right about that. I don't think these movies are going to have legit things. I think that's why Marvel, how they did it, they literally just moved everything back 1 movie, right? So they kept release dates. They just shuffled what came out in there. So it'd be very easy for them to just
move it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's not too many moving parts. So I think what you just said, I feel like now that I think about with like Marvel and stuff like that, that's probably how they were thinking. So
but until we can go to the theaters, I guess we'll still stick to Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, recently, and by recently I mean like 2 or 3 days ago, Netflix announced Space Force is going to be releasing May 29th, the series based off of the recently, however long ago, announced military branch Space Force. The show will follow Steve Carell as the fictional 4-star General Mark Naird, who dreams of running the Air Force, but is assigned to lead the newly formed Space Force. Vice President Mike Pence previously specified that Space Force would likely be led by a 4-star general, and we can expect the show to borrow other key details. Celebrities including Lisa Kudrow, John Malkovich, Ben Schwartz, and more will join Steve Carell as the cast attempts to get Space Force off the ground and land Americans on the moon. So we finally, we got that 10-second promo teaser like a year and a half ago. We've heard nothing. And then we've talked about it here and there, like, I wonder when Space Force is going to happen. I hope that's still happening. Well, it's happening, and it comes out May 29th, basically around a month from now. I'm excited.
Yeah, I honestly forgot about it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, they're actually still releasing that. I honestly just thought it got canned.
I thought so too.
So I looked at their Facebook or their Instagram page, and they've had a couple posts and stuff, I guess, throughout the time. But,
I guess I just never had realized.
No.
I've heard no promo for it.
I get probably in the next week or so we'll start seeing promo, I imagine. Since we're literally like a month away.
Usually a month before Netflix puts out new shit, they start promoting it. So that makes sense while we're starting to see these articles and screenshots of set photos and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited, especially with like John Malkovich, Lisa Kudrow. That's a pretty strong couple actors and actors. Steve Carell, hell.
Isn't it supposed to be like funny, like farce-like?
I don't think it is, but I hope it's like, it won't be. But I hope it's like Office themed, but I don't think they can, it would be too much like The Office, especially with Steve Carell in the lead scene. But like, I hope it's like workplace comedy shit like that.
From the pictures I've seen, it looked like kind of serious. So I was like,
I hope not. I hope it's a comedy.
I do too. But the thing with Steve Carell, it could go either way. So.
But then you get Lisa Kudrow, John Malkovich.
I think it's a comedy.
It could be a hybrid. It could be like Dave and Atlanta, to where like it's a comedy, but there are some serious elements to it.
Like it's like almost like dark comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I know for sure we'll all be binging it as soon as it comes out. We're all big.
I wonder if they're going to release it all at once or if they're going to do weekly.
I hope all at once. I hope.
We shall see. They should release it. They should move that shit up and get it out before quarantine's over.
Yeah, really. Now, it's done. If they're starting the promo,
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely done.
They're just going to build the hype for it now. PlayStation 5. Sony is not hesitating. Speaking of hype, Sony is, with the cancellation of E3, I don't know if all these companies are going to start. Is Caitlin there?
No.
Oh, shouts to whoever just walked in the room.
Tory Lane's album was trash. You heard it here first.
Word.
Down there in the cup, so crack cocaine's delivered.
All right, thanks, dude.
Adios, Captain.
See ya.
Love all that.
I need a dime bag.
with E3 being canceled, I assume these companies are going to do their own press conferences. Like Apple has talked about. Apple usually has a June developers conference where they announce the next iOS, Mac OS. They said they're going to do some kind of live stream thing. So I assume that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, I assume they're all going to do the same.
Just do it from their house.
Yeah, just have Tim Cook in his pajamas, showing off the next iPhone. But
they're doing the
Hey,
draft.
that's what they're doing with the draft next week.
Yeah,
all the GMs are going to be at their houses, right?
Yeah, they said that Roger Goodell is going to be doing it from his basement in his house.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So, yes, but Sony hasn't. I mean, Microsoft has been pretty hush-hush. I mean, they revealed what it's going to look like, and they've revealed some specs, but they've really just, ever since then, kind of just kept it holstered. Sony's been firing off shit, and they revealed the controller, which looks like something out of Star Trek. This thing, it almost looks like a joke. It almost looks like when you were a kid and you were looking for the next game system. You type in PlayStation 3 controller, and it would have 50 buttons and 20 analog sticks. It almost looks like that. Let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, I thought about this. I thought the PS4 controller the same way when it first came out with the touchpad and everything. I was like, who the fuck is what the hell is that for? Nobody cares about that.
Exactly.
But I mean, I kind of like the way it looked.
I think it's kind of sexy. It's
they changed the angle of it too to make it more ergonomic.
Mm-hmm.
So
more comfortable to hold.
Yeah. So
let's talk about some of its stuff inside. Of course, there's haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. We've had that for a few years. When the grenade goes off by you, the controller will rumble, just like the shit that we have for Xbox and PlayStation now. Rechargeable battery, same thing with PS4 and I think PS3. You just plug it in with a cord and you charge the controller that way. No batteries. Xbox, no batteries this time. And it will be charged with a USB-C port, the same port that charges a lot of devices now. That's the charger for the Switch, the charger for my Mac, the charger for the new iPads. I think this year Apple will move over to USB-C for charging the iPhone as well.
Probably.
So yeah, it's just the new port that charges pretty much everything. There's a built-in microphone to be able to chat with friends without requiring a headset. However, Sony still recommends using a headset for longer chat sessions. However, half the time we get invited to a party and it's oh shit, hold on, let me grab my mic. For situations like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe voice messages, holding the controller up and talking. I don't know. There's a create button on it. It replaced the share button, which I don't know who really shares their shit when they're playing games, right? Unless you do something epic, throw a knife across the map and hit somebody. Who's posting to that share tab on Xbox and PlayStation? You know what I mean? Cool. So, I don't.
I don't care, dude. I'm team Xbox till I die.
I don't know. I've gone back and forth. I'll let the better console win.
Xbox is superior, dude.
I'll let the cheaper console win too. If Xbox comes out and it's $600, bro, I ain't spending $600 on Xbox.
Nah, dude. There's no way. It's not gonna. They got to stay competitive with PS. But shit, dude, PS5. What the production cost is? How much? We talked about that a couple months ago, didn't we?
A lot.
A shit ton.
So is the Xboxes. The Xbox's production cost is like $800 or $900, maybe even more actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Xbox is. Let me get it real quick. Xbox talked about their freaking. Sorry, YouTube. What's it called?
Their
Series X?
production cost, like per unit.
Yeah, per unit. It's stupid expensive. PS5 and Xbox X parts could push both consoles to $500. The minimum. This is a bullshit article. About $500 per unit.
About 500 production cost, or how much they're thinking it's going to sell for?
I think the Xbox One when it first came out was $499 or $399.
400. I think
I bought it.
Pretty sure it was 400 day one.
And that was me, and I bought that shit. And that was me in high school without a job. So now that I have steady income,
bro,
I guess
it'll probably be $500. I'll get it. But dude, the Xbox, like they've done a side-by-side comparison. Like the guts of the Xbox is superior to the PS5.
Well,
there goes Zach.
There goes Zach.
So long, partner.
Yeah, I'm cool. I mean, I'll buy it. I'll probably end up going with Xbox because that's probably what everybody will go with. You will go with that. I know Jordan probably planning on doing it. My brother will get Xbox. So yeah,
Jordan better be getting Xbox.
I don't want to move on without him, but what the hell happened to Zach?
No telling.
All right, Peter Zach. Maybe his internet died. Shit. Well, we're 40 minutes in almost, and I haven't even gotten to the meat.
Let's get to the meat then. I'm
moving on quickly. The last headline: the NASCAR incident that happened the other day. N-bomb was dropped. Ooh, Zach says, I'm restarting my computer. I only heard every other word what Logan was saying. You didn't have to restart in the middle of the fucking episode. So, that's okay. Computer issues are computer issues. I don't know if you can you hear mine? Mine's sounds like it's a roller coaster right now.
I thought you sound fine to me.
It's pretty hot. NASCAR driver dropped the N-bomb on a live stream last night. All these drivers are doing this NASCAR iRacing type thing. Kyle Larson dropped the N-bomb very casually, very quickly, though. He could have meant something else. I'm not going to sit here and give the guy an excuse. He said something really inappropriate on a live stream. And as of 3:00 today, McDonald's and Credit One Bank have terminated their sponsorships with him. So, McDonald's said, we're extremely disappointed and appalled to hear about this. The comments are insensitive, offensive, and not reflective of our inclusive values, and we will not tolerate them. So they are terminating our relationship with Larson. Larson put a video out on Twitter, Instagram, all the socials today, basically apologizing. He said, he basically said, I just want to say I'm sorry. Last night I made a mistake and said the word that should never been said, and there's no excuse for that. I wasn't raised that way. It's an awful thing to say. I feel very sorry for my family, my friends, my partners in the NASCAR community, and especially the African-American community. I understand the damage is probably unrepairable, and I own up to that. I just want you all to know that how sorry I am, and I hope everybody is staying safe during these crazy times. So that happened. That's pretty big. Shit happens, and he's just now got to focus on getting his life back on track, because it's going to be pretty hard for this guy to get involved with shit for the rest of his life. So hopefully he can bounce back and, make amends with what he said. let's jump right into music. Just a few things to touch on here. Usher, I want to get your thoughts on this, Pearson. Usher, Ludacris, and Lil Jon got back together since one of the greatest, in my opinion, hip-hop songs of the last 20 years. Yeah, by Usher, featuring Luda and Lil Jon. I love that song. That song is a bop. It plays all the time in my library. I love that song. They released a new song called Sextown, I think.
Something like that.
Let's see. I'll cut to the chase, though. I thought it was garbage.
Yeah, it sucks. It's called Sex Beat.
I couldn't listen to this thing past the first minute, man. I hated this song.
Yeah, it sucks.
It makes no sense to why does this song exist? It exists because it's the same three people that made that hit Usher song. That's the only reason this collaboration is here.
Yep.
So yeah, that was trash. We don't need to spend any more time on that. Zach's back. Add him to the stream. Hey, Zach. Okay. We just talked about.
Hey.
We quickly just brushed over the song with Usher, Lil Jon, and Ludacris, basically calling it trash. Do you agree?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
All right, good. Benji dropped a song. This one being called, I think, Hit This Town.
Yep.
I really, really liked this one.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah, this one's really good.
I really liked the sound.
Great job, Benji.
It's getting better and better, dude.
It is. And I went back and listened to In My Dreams. I like that one too.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Benji's been getting them. They're getting added to the playlists.
Yeah, they're getting better and better and better.
So that's just a quick shout out to Benji. You know, he's releasing a new song every Friday in the month of April.
He's going to be on the topic of the show every week. Month.
Yes. So
Yeah, go on Apple Music and pre-add his song,
Yeah.
so it can automatically download as soon as it's released.
yep. Past few releases include Perfect Place with him and Dylan Bernard. This song with W Got Bars, In My Dreams with him and Mash Lewis. And then another one coming out this Friday, I assume. So shouts to Benji. Good job on all the good and hard work. You know Benji's cooking right now. He ain't got other shit to do. He's stuck at home. He's probably 5% working on his job and 95% working on his music.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So so shouts to him. And then finally, Tory Lanez released in his album, I'll Start. The album is called The New Toronto 3. It's just, I guess, the third iteration of his mixtape series.
Yeah, it is.
And I didn't mind this album. I didn't hate it. I didn't absolutely love it. I did vibe a lot with some of the songs on here. Not gonna lie, I liked a few of them. Didn't expect to. It was another one of those where I left it on in the background, and each song kind of flow each into each other very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it for the somewhat part. Like, I'm not gonna play these over and over again, but some of these songs might get added to a playlist. But for the most part, not everything. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, you did.
I think all of us did.
Yeah.
It was I mean, nothing to write home about, but it wasn't trash. So yeah, it was alright. If you like Tory Lanez, you might like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the first 5 or 6 songs that were good that you could vibe to, like Logan said.
Yeah.
Favorite one was Stupid Again.
What?
So my favorite one was Stupid Again.
Stupid Again is a smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how he sampled Conor McGregor at the beginning.
Yep.
That was funny.
Very good there.
Sorry.
No, that's it for me.
Okay. Zach?
That's it.
Okay. Did you listen to Dangerous City, Logan?
I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm just straight ripping them.
Nope, we can't. I'm glad.
From that Wendy's, bro.
Good thing we don't have smell-o-vision.
Did you listen to that, Logan?
No, I didn't.
DVSN, however you want to say his name, and Ty Dolla $ign. I know you're a big Ty Dolla $ign fan.
You talking about my man Ty?
Yeah, a song came out this week with him.
I didn't. Oh, I saw it, but I didn't ever listen to it. No, was it good?
Devson or however DVSN or whatever. His album I think comes out next week, or this week I think actually, which I'm excited for. The song's alright. It's alright, but I like him. But
it looks like
and Logan's frozen now.
Yeah, Logan. Damn it.
If Logan lags out, we might be screwed.
Yeah. Is this still recording? I sure hope so. Because Logan looks like a fool.
Oh, shit.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I know.
What?
For me, it just showed you guys you guys were still talking. It just told me you're having trouble connecting. Jordan, get off the fucking internet. I hope you didn't hear that. Any more thoughts on Tory Lane? Or no, Ty Dolla $ign?
Nope.
No, it was just a side comment.
Cool. Did you guys watch Dave episode 7?
Yes.
Yeah. My glasses are dirty as hell, dude. These past couple Dave episodes have been
they've been too serious for me.
Yeah, they're not as funny anymore.
I don't know if FX is going for the vibe that Atlanta goes for, where it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like a really serious show. I thought it was going to be more on the comedic side just because that's Dickie's style of rapping.
Well, he was literally in the episode for one scene, and that was it.
Yeah.
No.
Then it was just L's the rest of the time.
Where are we going, Pearson?
Going to the potty.
Just give me the beef jerky.
Oh, thanks.
I hate it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What is happening?
It's got some beef jerky.
Just got a special delivery.
Beef jerky drop off.
Wow. Care package order.
Beef jerky Mondays, man.
Beef jerky Mondays. Wow.
That's what we do for quarantine to keep ourselves sane.
Yeah, so I agree. Nothing to write home about. I think the last couple episodes have just been there to showcase his friends a little bit more.
Yeah, but it's been it's been half the season now.
Get back to the good shit, Dickie.
We had three really good episodes where we were laughing our asses off. And in the past, what has it been, 3 or 4 episodes? It's been yeah. I mean, how long?
It's not like they're an hour long either. They're only 30 minutes. So
exactly. How long is the damn season?
Who knows?
I don't know.
We'll see. Probably maybe 10 episodes, if it's my guess. I hope it's not. I hope this week's not the finale.
Yeah, if it is, I'd be upset.
Yeah. I agree. So, moving on. Do you guys want to do the next part of our comedy bracket matchup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked the question as if we're not doing it, even if you guys were like, nah.
Nah, you know what? Let's do it right here.
Nah, I don't really feel like it. Let's do it. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go back to last week's episode and watch or listen. We started 64-team single elimination first. It looks like, based on the list, the better comedy movies of the last 20 years or so. So maybe 20 or 30 years. Some of these are oldies. I keep forgetting that it's 2020. So 20 years ago is only 2000, and some of these predate 2000. So maybe last 30 years. That just makes me feel old saying that.
Shit.
Can't imagine how you feel, Zach. How does it feel?
Yeah. I mean, I feel fine because I was still alive.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Each episode gets a Jordan shout out and a Zach Holt joke.
No.
All right.
Now,
Round
Let's
two.
get it going.
Thanks. Round two. First matchup. We got Super Bad and Super Troopers. I'm going to get my vote out of the way and just go Super Bad.
Same.
Super Bad moves on.
that was toss up for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next we get
Right.
Monty Python versus American Pie. I go American Pie on this one, man. I love American Pie to the
Yeah, I'll do Magpie.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like I
love it. Pineapple Express versus Animal House.
Pineapple.
that was my first thought as well.
Pineapple
Yeah.
Express moves on for me as well.
Yeah, I love that movie. Animal House is a classic, but
This next one's tough, but
It is
you guys
tough.
know where my vote's going on this one. We got Talladega Nights versus Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber moves on for me.
this one's too hard.
It is hard. Because I laughed extremely hard at both of these.
I know, like really hard.
Like there's
okay.
so many funny moments in both of those.
Oh man, I'm going Talladega Nights.
Zach.
And he's frozen.
Zach,
Me too.
wait, you two what? You're going Talladega?
Yeah.
Talladega Night.
RIP to Dumb and Dumber.
Talladega Nights upsets 8C Dumb and Dumber.
I'm sorry to do it, but
Buzzer
I
beater.
don't know.
They both of them, you are laughing a significant portion of the movie. So
Yeah.
either one of these two could have moved on.
I quote Talladega.
That was
so that's why.
that was the first like Cinderella story.
Mm-hmm.
So far.
Next up, we got Wedding Crashers versus Caddyshack.
Wedding Crashers.
I agree. Wedding Crashers goes on for me.
Damn, I was gonna say Caddyshack.
Really?
I love Caddyshack, dude.
I think Caddyshack's okay, but if I'm picking a golf comedy, I'm going Happy Gilmore over Caddyshack.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Humor is funny too.
We got the Waterboy. Speaking of Adam Sandler, Waterboy versus Wayne's World.
Waterboy.
I'm going Waterboy.
Waterboy.
That's unanimous.
Next up, this is an interesting one. Tropic Thunder versus Ace Ventura. I'm going Ace Ventura.
Tropic Thunder.
Ace Ventura.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder is funny as hell, but Ace Ventura,
It is.
I quote daily, almost.
That's a
That
big
movie, yeah, that movie's got a special place in my heart.
Tropic Thunder is a 12 seed. Ace Ventura is a 44 seed. It's an upset.
Wow. How is Ace
Another
Ventura
upset.
4 seed? Next up, we've got Meet the Parents and Elf. This is a toughie.
Meet the Parents.
I'm gonna say Elf.
Man, you gotta leave it up to me. Let's think about the pros and cons. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm giving it to Elf.
Thank you.
Really?
I quote, I know I only watch Elf during Christmas, but I think Elf is,
It's very quotable.
it's very, and Meet the Parents is also very quotable, but I feel like Elf is way more quotable than Meet the Parents is. Meet the Parents is still an all-time comedy for me,
Oh yeah.
but Elf takes that cake for me.
Yeah.
On the other side, we've got Step Brothers and The Big Lebowski. This is no competition for me.
No.
Step Brothers.
Yep.
I feel like Unless it gets put up against something hard, I feel like Step Brothers is going to be going out pretty far here.
No, it'll probably be in the finals.
Here we got role models versus dodgeball. I'm going dodgeball.
Yeah, dodgeball.
Man, I'm gonna hate that next week matchup with Step Brothers and dodgeball.
Oh yeah.
These next weeks are gonna suck. Here we
This
go.
next one's hard.
Yeah, we got School of Rock and Billy Madison.
School of Rock
I'm going School of Rock.
all day.
Really, I was gonna say Billy Madison.
Slap in the bass.
Same with the same reasoning I give with like Caddyshack versus Happy Gilmore. Like with Happy Gilmore versus Billy Madison, I know they were two of Sandler's like biggest comedies. I think Happy Gilmore is way funnier than Billy Madison.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people have my whole life. A lot of people have been.
I mean, they're like, but like they're almost the same comedy. Like they're Adam Sandler's screaming obscenities.
Yeah.
That's what the comedy is. That's like
Yeah.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy's a different kind of funny because it's like a real life funny, but like Billy Madison is him at a desk, like "Good day, Junior."
Next up, Horrible Bosses versus Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
Horrible Bosses.
Cool beans, beans,
Ooh.
cool beans. Where do we go with that?
Hot Rod.
Ooh. The Cinderella story lives. 58 seed Hot Rod moves on.
Ooh, this is a good one, but this is so tough, man. Happy Gilmore and Anchorman.
Happy Gilmore.
Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but Happy Gilmore. Or I mean, I don't hate to say it. I just hate to see Anchorman go.
Yeah.
I quote Happy Gilmore so much, it's not even funny. Like every single time, like back when I was dating multiple people, I just mean, you know what I mean? Not when I wasn't like, whatever. Like people would ask me like, what happened to that one girl you were seeing? I'd be like, oh, she fell off a cliff. She died on impact. Like I'd quote that shit all the time. Or she got hit by a bus. She's dead. Or like if somebody asks me for something, I'll be like, you can shovel me a warm glass and shut the hell up.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah.
It's like,
now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
I love Ben Stiller.
You're in my house now, Grandma. You're in my house. Borat and Neighbors.
Borat.
Borat.
Yeah, Borat. I think
Yeah, way more quotes.
way more.
Oh yeah.
Correct. Napoleon Dynamite and 21 Jump Street. This is tough. I'm going 21.
I would say 21 Jump Street.
Ooh, wow. Napoleon Dynamite got beat.
And finally, we got Old School versus Blazing Saddles.
Old School.
This one's hard.
I really don't have a vote here, really. I mean, I think they're both fine, but I'm going Old School because Old School doesn't blow the N-bomb every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Old School.
Well, there you go. There we have it. Don't put your votes out yet, but next week we've got Superbad versus American Pie, Pineapple Express versus Talladega Nights, Wedding Crashers versus The Waterboy, Ace Ventura versus Elf, Step Brothers versus Dodgeball, School of Rock versus Hot Rod, Happy Gilmore versus Borat, and 21 Jump Street versus Old School. Some of those are really hard, and then to me, some of those are really easy. I don't know. We will see next week when we Go to round 3 of 64 team around. That was my best thing.
That was great.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Let's go. I want to quickly touch on our movie poster quest. So I didn't really discuss this with Pearson and Zach. I just made a decision, but I feel like you both will agree with me here on this one. So we haven't reviewed a movie since the first one we did about a month ago. But that's pretty much due to COVID-19. I'm going to blame the coronavirus. With the outbreak, arguably, even though we're all at home a lot, arguably, I think we're more busy. Is it safe to say that?
Very much so.
Are we more busy, Pearson, than we were before the outbreak?
Like, personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more busy trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Exactly. So we're busier. We have to, Zach with, I'm sure, long hours at Home Depot. Me, I'm working long hours with Holder. Pearson's trying to get his restaurant up and run, or, all the shit that Pearson does. He's trying to get that shit under control. We're all a lot busier and therefore we all have less time to mutually agree to sit down and watch a movie a week. Half of us, some of us can't even watch I have the benefit of being able to watch TV while I work. You two do not have that same benefit.
I just can't do it in general. Like I do a lot of computer work, but like I can't I don't know. I already have OCD or ADD bad enough as it is. So if I had something playing in the background, would only focus on that.
Mm-hmm. When I watch stuff while I work, it's shit that I don't necessarily have to pay attention to. I guess we can also combine this with the segment of what are we watching? I finished Schitt's Creek.
It's great, isn't it?
Including the final season that just aired on TV. Shouts to Emily. She was able to hook me up with one of her friend's logins. And her friend's login, I forget what the service is called, Plex, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the new episodes of Schitt's Creek. And so I binged the last season Saturday.
Oh, you're done.
I'm done. I finished the whole series.
I still need to watch that.
And 5 out of 5, man. A month ago, I was hating the show. I couldn't stand it. And a month later, man, it's one of my favorite comedies ever. I love Schitt's Creek. So yeah, we're all on our own schedules, and it doesn't make it easy. So what I'm proposing, and we can talk about it here now, based on that spreadsheet, we have all seen or not seen several different movies on that list. There's only a handful that we all three collectively haven't seen. So what I'm proposing and asking if you guys agree with this idea or not agree with it is let's just watch them at our leisure until things get a little more controllable to where we can all watch, the same movie for that week. Say, Zach, I know it probably isn't happening. I don't know. But say you work the next 7 days straight. You're not going to have shit time to do anything. And even if you do have an extra time, I'm sure the last thing you want to do is watch a movie that came out in the 60s. That's just something you're not going to want to do, or maybe even not even have the time to sit down for 2 hours and do. So are you guys cool with just watching these as we can? The ones that we personally haven't seen. So Pearson can come back next week and review 3 of these things that you haven't seen.
That's fine.
Or same with me. If this week I'm able to catch Austin Powers or something that I haven't seen, I'll just talk about it next week. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
It's really cool. Yeah, I don't know why I've been finding myself lately. We've been just watching TV, which is weird. Just random shit. I've watched Chrisley Knows Best 6 nights in a row. I don't know why. I want to start watching fucking Malcolm in the Middle again for some odd reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I haven't even wanted to watch new movies or anything. Even though I saw Bad Boys for Life is out now on streaming, so I kind of want to watch that. But breaking news, gentlemen.
Breaking news.
Marvel Studios apparently has officially met with John Krasinski about a magnitude of projects.
What if John Krasinski directs and stars in the Fantastic Four?
I don't know. They said.
Well, have y'all been watching his Some Good News videos on YouTube?
Yeah, I know Logan has.
The most recent one, he even addressed that because he was reviewing some fan art that some people had made, and somebody drew what looked like a comic of him, and he made some sort of comment like, "Oh yeah, that's the closest I'm gonna ever come to being a comic book hero," and then gave a face like that.
He's up to something. He's up to something.
Yeah, I think that's throwing a little jab out there, saying, "Hey, it might be in the works."
Yeah, they said that it's a rumor that they've met with John Krasinski for a magnitude of projects. They said that fan picks him as to be Reed Richards. Apparently, the filmmaker behind. He's previously. I didn't know that he's previously expressed interest in directing a Marvel movie. And I didn't know he auditioned for Captain America, but he did.
Yes.
And lost.
I heard that. I'm listening to this podcast called The Rewatchables. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
No.
And these guys from, I think it's the Daily, it's some newspaper. These three guys sit down and watch old movies, and they just determine what has aged the best about this movie, what has aged the worst, what were the standout roles of the time, people that were almost casted in certain roles. And they talked about how Captain America was almost John Krasinski. For the sheer fact that Chris Evans had already played the Human Torch in those old Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, I can see that. But
hey,
I mean, Chris Evans, I think, was the better one to play.
Oh yeah,
Captain America. But
yeah, I wouldn't, if the roles were reversed and Chris Evans was auditioning to play Reed Richards, I wouldn't be for it.
No,
it's not right. It just doesn't I can't picture Chris Evans in a lab coat being the genius that Reed Richards is. Plus, he already played the Human Torch, which is a member of the same team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, man. Men? Yes, you are men. I hope. Otherwise, the Binge boys need some tweaking.
Coming out of the quarantine changed.
The Binge people.
The Bingers. Binge peeps. I think we're good. Unless you guys wanted to talk about the quarantine houses that we've selected. Yeah, fuck it. We're at normal time. We're not going over. Emily asked us for the 5 celebrities that we would like to spend our quarantine with. Some of you had some predictable choices, and then some of you, Zach particularly, surprised me with a few of his picks. Let's go back and look at those picks. Zach, you said you'd like to spend quarantine with, let's see, Pearson,
Kevin Hart, Lil Wayne, Will Ferrell, Will Smith, and Jay Leno.
So Jay Leno took me by surprise, but
my thought process was we would all stay at Jay Leno's house because of his amazing car collection.
And then you drink lean with Lil Wayne.
Correct.
What's the thought process behind Will Smith?
I just thought he'd be a really cool person to hang out with.
Yeah, I could see that.
He seems like a really cool dude.
That dude.
True.
And then Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart just would make me laugh all day.
True. Very good. Very good. That's a pretty solid house. And then you got Wayne in the background just rapping.
Yep.
spitting bars, talking about Leno's cars.
Yep. Oh, dab.
Pearson, you said you'd like to spend Mark Wahlberg, The Rock, Matthew McConaughey, Kevin Hart, and of course, J. Cole.
Yeah, so I kind of had similar thought process. So I figured me, Mark, and The Rock would all work out together. And then whenever I wanted, we'd have workout music because J. Cole would be singing, or whenever I want to listen to J. Cole sing. I could have deep intellectual talks with Matthew McConaughey, and then ask him to do Lincoln car commercials, and then Kevin Hart whenever I want to get funny. Yeah.
Changing one of the members of my house right now before she posts something about
I feel like everyone on this list is well balanced.
Oh yeah.
The Rock, dude. Rock looks like, me and him we could chow down together.
He's pretty funny too.
Yeah, dude, they're all funny. Everyone on that list is funny. Well, except for J. Cole, I guess. But
I like to think that J. Cole's funny.
From what it seemed like, his interviews and stuff like that, he's pretty funny. He's just cool. Like, he's really down to earth. So we could just smoke hella weed together. Be great.
I kind of took some of the same sentiment. I put Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Adam Sandler, Bob Iger, and Ellen, but I'm changing Ellen to someone that you both are going to give me stank eye or side eye. Side eye, stank eye? You're going to look at me funny when I say that I'm changing Ellen to Lil Yachty. And here's why.
I hate you, dude.
Here's why. Nothing to do with music. If you pay attention to Yachty's social media and I love how Zach is now frozen on that face. Unless he's just making it still. Okay, it was frozen for a split second on the face. I chose Lil Yachty because Yachty's always playing 2K, Call of Duty. He's always playing video games. Yachty would be fun to kick back and play video games with.
Until he talked for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. And you're like, all right, Yachty, you can.
Yeah, seriously.
You just play. Plus, he's always eating
go to your room.
Junk food, pizza, chicken wings. I feel like me and Yachty could bond over a immature level. However, I've also thought of all of us hanging out at Bob Iger's, I won't call it house. I'll just call it probably like mansion.
Yeah. We'd stay at Rock's house, by the way.
Yes, his property. He could give me business advice. I could talk to him about all of his years of acquiring all the different companies and why, and all that shit that he did for Disney. And then Adam Sandler,
hold him hostage.
Yeah. And then Adam Sandler and Jack Black, just for the same reasons you guys said. I feel like those two would be very funny. Plus, Sandler always looks, if you watch talk shows with Sandler, everyone always comes out in suits and dresses. Adam Sandler comes out with Yeezys and basketball shorts. He just doesn't.
He wears and one basketball gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Chris
Same
Pratt,
stuff he's had since the 90s.
Exactly. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. And then Chris Pratt, just because I think Chris Pratt's also funny, but he'd also be someone that would whip my ass into shape. He went from being a blob on Parks and Rec to being Star-Lord. I love in Parks and Rec they don't address at all how Chris Pratt went from being a fat blob to the buffest character on the show. They're just hey, Andy is big and surprisingly hot now. Why is this happening? So yeah, those are our quarantine houses for the quarantine situation. And unless you guys have more to add, that's it for episode 103. Again, prepped and ready, prepped meals. What was the website again? Prepped ready meals. I should go look at it. I'll just look at it.
Wow, dude.
Oh, man.
Sorry, preppedreadymeals.com. Again, code BINGE10 to get 10% off I'm hearing a lot about these guys. They're doing a good thing. Their meals are great. Check them out. Give them your support, which in then gives us support. See how that works?
Check out their socials.
Yes, check them out on Instagram. Their Facebook. I assume they have a Facebook page.
Yeah, their Instagram handle. I follow them. It's Prep Ready Meals at Prep Ready Meals. So I know a couple people that got them. They said they're pretty good.
Yeah, I actually have too. Some people I've seen Facebook posts about it and shit, and I looked at the reviews they have, and seems like a pretty stand up people there. So again, Binge 10 for 10% off. Follow us on Instagram as well. Right after you follow Prepped and Ready, follow the Binge Boys podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Shouts to Emily and Megan for their efforts on both of those. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Binge Boys Podcast, just like the podcast. Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify. Follow us on all three. Go to iTunes.com/The Binge Boys Podcast. Leave a 5-star rating and a review. Tell us what we're doing good. Tell us what we're not doing so good at. Share this with a friend. If you don't share this with a friend, I am going to break into whatever. I love how it looks like my head is just floating.
Right here, secret lavatory.
Yeah. I look like the floating head from the mirror on the wall from Shrek. Lord Farquaad, back me up.
Nice.
Definitely forgot where that thought was going. But
All right.
We're done here.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop that outro music. Benji, for the finale of this episode, do us a favor and drop that beat. Bye. Bye.